Hey, welcome to the number one podcast show, herbsoftheforest.com, www.herbsoftheforest.com. My show. Hey, you in?
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
I can hear you. Stop suffering from ovarian cysts or fibroid tumors. Today's show with Todd Lynham, y'all. Herbalist, Todd Lynham. Kill your volume on that end, Todd. You're supposed to have a headset. That means you got to kill your volume.
My
Okay.
volume's too high.
Yes, you're screaming, but you ain't got no headset, so I can hear it when we talk. Uh,
How
uh,
about that? Is that better now?
yeah. Is he too? Is he loud? Are we too loud, Celeste? No. Killing the volume. Go ahead, Todd.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
How we sound, Miss Celeste? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so today's show is about ovarian cysts, fibroid tumors, what you can do about them, how you can stop it, how you can fix it, how you cannot have surgery, and allow the body an opportunity to heal itself. Okay, today, Todd Lynham, y'all, my herbalist, my personal herbalist, here to talk to you guys about how to get better. Go ahead, Mr. Lynham. How are we going to help people today?
Well, the first thing people need to understand is why they're getting fibroid tumors, and secondly, how to heal them using natural herbs.
Awesome. Okay, so so basically, you're going to give them an opportunity to use the natural and normal way to heal, like they did before there was such thing as medicine.
Correct.
No matter what you're being told, wait. You don't have to wait to heal. Uh, Anytime I think you're being told that you should, wait. Let's see what happens. That means wait. Let's see how bad you feel, so that the worse you are, money I can make, or the worse you are, the severity pain your suffering will be. We're against that. Okay. So now, what would you say the number one reason people, women with fibroid tumors, what do you think women should know most? I guess if you're asking a question, what would you tell women most about how to get rid of fibroid tumors? As opposed to how they start, what causes them. What would you say to women?
There's numerous reasons that women get fibroid tumors. Okay, so I'd say the basic reason is your diet and your lifestyle. So a lot of times women are eating way too much dairy, and that's one of the main causes for them starting to get fibroid tumors.
Okay, so what if they don't want to get off their dairy? Like some women say, I'm not stop eating my cheese. I don't care what you say. Look here, you can put a noose around your neck, but I'm gonna eat my cheese. I'm gonna have me some milk. What do you say to women like that? I mean, that's dairy.
Well, I can't force anyone to stop eating the things they're eating, but if they decide that they're going to do that, they have to suffer the consequences. And one of the consequences of eating improperly is fibroid tumors. So what they're doing, that attitude puts your reproductive system at risk. So you might end up with fibroid tumors and almost maybe even have to have a hysterectomy because you can't limit or control your dairy consumption. Now, that's just one of the reasons that you're getting the fibroid tumors. There's many other things, and we can talk about that in detail further in the podcast.
Okay, so ladies, he said, if you're not willing to give up the poison, you ain't willing to stop suffering. And I it's you're not born with any kind of cyst or tumor. So why do you accept it as normal when it's not? We're telling you right now, there's nothing normal about a fibroid tumor. There's nothing normal about an ovarian cyst, which is the beginning of a fibroid tumor. And if we tell you it's your diet, and you say, "Well, I got to die from something. I got to suffer from something. I ain't giving up my cheesecakes. You got me bent. You might as well jump off a bridge." If that's how you feel, then I'm of the mind you deserve what you get. However, see, I know the other herbalist is not of that mind. Like he said, he's not going to force you.
The-
I'm going to force you. So, Todd, what would you tell women? That's okay. So let's say the woman that does that wants to do right. What would you tell her? She's willing to do what it takes. How can you help her? The one that wants to do right.
okay. So first and foremost, once they modify their diet, they're going to have to recognize. Well, here's the problem: the reason women accept this as normal is because 70 to 80% of women get fibroid tumors during their lifetime. So when you have such a high percentage of women that are getting it, it becomes the norm as opposed to an aberration.
Okay, so
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 they
so
expect to get it, and so they expect to continue to deal with it. So along with getting the fibroid tumors comes with many symptoms: the bloating, the large cysts or tumors in your reproductive system, pain
Todd,
during sexual intercourse.
Todd, they don't expect to get no fibroid tumor. So no woman expect
Yes, they
that.
do. They do expect it because they've seen their parents get it, their mothers and their grandmothers and their friends, so they expect to get it too. So they've accepted it as normal.
Golly, okay. You know what, ladies, y'all can always call and put in y'all 2 cents because we open to conversation because we're herbalists. So, you know, he said y'all expect it. I don't believe you expect it. I think you don't. I think you don't think about it until it's too late. And I think when you go to the doctor, you know something's wrong because you can feel something bulging and growing in your body, but you don't know what it is until he tells you what it is. I don't think you expect it. I think you don't know that your diet is the cause of it. So when you feel it there, you're at a loss. What I don't like is what he tells you when he discovers it on you. Okay, Todd. So now you said they expect it, and you know it's their diet, but they don't know it's their diet. And some of them do, but most of them don't. And then when they find out, it's too big, too much time have passed. When a woman has fibroid tumors for a long time, that means it has festered and grown over a long period of time. Now, I think the average woman would want to know what caused it. What do you think?
Yeah, they definitely do want to know what caused it, but when they go to the doctor, they don't ask what caused it. So what they do is they listen to the usually what their gynecologist tells them is you got these fibroid tumors, they're not that big yet. Come back next year, we'll see if they get better. If they get larger, then we're going to opt for like a surgical procedure. So that's what most women are faced with. So they're dealing with this irregular period, heavy menstrual bleeding, cramps, uh, hard tumors in their abdominal area. So they're accepting the the symptoms and the ramifications of having them, and there no one's ever asking them, or they're never questioning how to get rid of them or what caused them.
Okay, ladies, I know he's right. Because I talk to a lot of women, and I'll pose the question: do you know what caused your fibroid tumor? Well, you know, it could be my diet. So they don't really give you an answer. And then I'll ask, what did you ask the doctor? Because you went to the doctor. Did you ask him what caused it? But they don't ask, like you said, they don't ask those questions. So as an herbalist, to me, that's the first thing I would tell a person. Look, ladies, the first thing you really need to do is you want to always address the cause. But you can't address the cause if you don't know what the cause is. So if you don't ask the right questions, you'll never know what's causing it. And if you're lucky enough to be told what the cause is, are you willing to do what it takes to get rid of this problem? Because it's really not a major problem. It only becomes a major problem the longer it just sits there and grows. And you're actually growing it as a result of a mineral deficiency. Todd, they don't know what the cause is. How can you help somebody to know what the cause is? What would you tell them?
Okay. So first you have to, so in order to fix something, you have to use what's called the law of cause and effect. You have to figure out what the cause is, and when you correct the cause, the effect, which is the fibroid tumors, will go away. Now you just mentioned a mineral deficiency. That's part of it too. So your diet is incorrect, and because you have usually most women have is an iodine deficiency. So iodine is one of the most important minerals in the body. You don't need very much of it, but if you have a deficiency in iodine, what ends up happening is iodine keeps potassium in solution in the blood. But if you don't have enough iodine, then what happens is the potassium falls out of solution and it falls into these pockets. Where your body makes pockets or cysts to collect the potassium. So that's what's starting the fibroid tumors. It's your diet and then the iodine deficiency. So now
Okay,
you have,
can we talk? Hold on a second. I
yes.
got a customer. She said, now this is what she said, the perspective of a woman. This is what they're being told from the doctors. She said, they say all women have them. They just grow sometimes and no one really knows where they come from or what causes them. This is what I was told, and being unlearned is terrifying. Now let's break this down for a second. She said
Wait,
that all women have them. They just grow sometimes, and no one really knows where they come from or what causes them. I'm
so
sorry.
okay, let me just address that real quick. You're getting that from someone who's practicing medicine. So practicing means that they have not perfected it. And based on his comments, he's telling you that he does not know what's causing it. And he's telling you all women have it. But you didn't have it when you were 3. You didn't have it when you were 5. So this is what's called a degenerative disease, which means that you're causing it on yourself based on your diet and lifestyle. And they haven't been able to identify what's causing it, but I've just told you what's causing it. It's your diet, it's the dairy that you're eating and the mineral deficiency that you just covered. So your doctor is not he's not giving you the information because either he doesn't know or he doesn't feel that you're qualified to understand if he tells you this.
Okay, so stop right there. Okay, so ladies, basically, in a nutshell, if a doctor says something like this to you, all women have them. We don't, they just grow sometimes, and we don't know. No one knows where they really come from. That right there tells you your doctor doesn't have a clue. He can't help you. I don't care if it's a male or female, and this is nothing bad against them. They just don't know. So if you happen to hear this podcast and you know your doctor told you that, to me that's a red flag for you to seek information elsewhere, because for every physical problem there is a physical solution. Like I said, a bad diet, a toxic diet, and a mineral deficiency. Those are the number 2 reasons for fibroid tumors and ovarian cysts. Now,
So
I'm not, go ahead. I'm not a doctor.
let me just jump in real quick. So what we're basically telling you is it's your diet, it's your toxicity level, and it's your iodine deficiency. Now, part of your toxicity is your addiction to coffee and caffeine. So you have a caffeine toxicity and an iodine deficiency. This is what's accelerating the growth of your fibroid tumors. So when he tells you some people it grows, and some people it doesn't grow in people, it's because some people are less toxic. Some people are drinking less caffeine, some less coffee. So they're telling you they don't know, but here on this podcast, we're telling you we do know. This is what's causing it. This is why some people are getting accelerated growth because they're doing different things.
And to back that up, I don't mind sharing the information where I learned this from, because I learned from many, many different doctors. I don't just pull my information out of the sky. I do extensive research because I want to truly know how to help someone heal from whatever their problems are. I don't care if it's cancer, diabetes, hypertension. I don't care if you got bad skin. I want to know how to help you. So I have to do the research. And then I have to do the research on the herbs or the mineral deficiencies that I know that comes with a poor diet. So anything you hear on this podcast is going to be based on, you know, prevalent research. Go ahead, Todd.
Right. So now I'm just following up on the things that you're talking about. So we've touched on the fact that you're iodine deficient. Now, most women have a menstrual cycle every month, and they're usually normal. What would be normal, expected, would be a 3-day menstrual cycle, and relatively very little blood loss. But a lot of women are having 7, 10, maybe 14 days of a menstrual cycle. So they're bleeding out. So when you're doing this, not only are you causing other problems, because now your fibroid tumors are causing you to be anemic. So now you got your iodine deficiency has now caused a symptom that causes you to be iron deficient too.
Mhm.
And so when you're iodine deficient during your menstrual cycle, you'll notice a lot of women start craving chocolate. See, chocolate is one of the food that has a lot of caffeine in it. That's why I see you got that caffeine addiction, because now your body is sending out signals and you're giving it. It's asking for things, but you're giving it the wrong thing. So the craving is actually you're craving some caffeine. So this is where you have this caffeine addiction that's causing your fibroid tumors to accelerate.
And grow to the size of a watermelon. Now, when a doctor tells you to wait, you can't listen to that. You shouldn't wait for. I don't care what kind of ailment you have. You should never be waiting for nothing, for no illness to get worse or grow. So we at Herbs of the Forest, we want you to begin the healing process right away. If you have any kind of fibroid or ovarian cyst, you have a toxic issue, you have a mineral deficiency, and you're eating bad food. First thing we're going to tell you to do is get some iodine. You absolutely have to replace the iodine because remember what the herbalist said. He said, as a result of you being iodine deficient, the potassium falls out into the little bags called ovarian cysts, which then turns into fibroid tumors the longer they grow. So you want to stop that growth by getting your iodine levels back up, which stops the potassium from falling out. So to me, the first thing I would tell anybody who calls me, get 3 bottles of iodine, take 10 capsules a day for 2 months. At the end of the 2 months, then you go on 1 capsule a day. You got to do that for 60 days both times. And then you can regulate and slow down the process of taking a whole bunch of iron, but because your iron is so low. And iron plays a major role in the body, ladies. It plays a
Look
major
at you!
role.
Look at you giving out! Look at you giving out quality advice. So, so okay, I'm gonna have to add on to that. Let's see. Forrest did mention that you need to take iodine. Now, what we don't want you to do is go take some pharmaceutical or inorganic iodine. So, when he's talking about go get iodine, he's talking about getting it from a plant source. So, you're going to be looking for herbs like kelp, bladderwrack, any type of marine algae or something like that. These things are going to have a very high content of iodine, organic iodine, that you can utilize to prevent yourself from the potassium falling out of solution. Now, there's a chemistry reason why that the iodine is holding the potassium in solution, but that's a conversation that's beyond the scope of this podcast here today. But if anybody wants to know that, we can actually put that in the notes. But
I can I can tell you why. I can tell you the chemical reason why if you want to know. But again, like he said, it's extensive, but it makes so much sense. So you gotta want to know this. I'm sorry, Todd. Go ahead.
so what we want to do is you want to get the iodine from those type of formulas. Now, when you're addressing the fibroid tumor, so number one, we want to the iodine is going to reduce the potassium from falling out of solution, so you can slow down the growth of your fibroid tumors. Then you're going to take herbs like red raspberry leaf, musta, white oak bark, vitex, burdock, red clover, dong quai. These are the types of herbs that are going to help further reduce your fibroid tumors, in addition to the iodine that you're taking to slow down the growth. So
Now,
one other
go ahead.
thing I want to address:
No, no, go
the
ahead.
the reason the doctor is telling you to wait is because he can't justify surgery when your fibroids are the size of, like, maybe, very small, like a grape.
The
They
tip of an acorn.
see they can't justify that. But once it gets the size of a lemon or an orange or a grapefruit or a cantaloupe, then he can justify the surgical procedure. So it's not so they're not bad enough or not causing enough problems for you to justify surgical procedure. But if you keep waiting and you don't address the cause and do something to stop the growth and slow down the fibroid tumor's progression, then you're going to be under the knife. And see, what ends up happening to a lot of women is they wait, and then you're 30 some years old, and then they get recommended for hysterectomy. Now, that's going to cause a whole host of other problems. There's so many women out there that have had a hysterectomy and they're still in their childbearing years. That can cause problems in your marriage. And what if your husband wants to have more children? Um, um, but it also comes with throws your hormonal balance off. So now you got to take some type of inorganic hormone. Usually, it's called, what is it called? Premarin. And what the premarin is a hormone, it's a hormone that they give you. That's basically, when you break down the word, pre stands for pregnant mare urine. That's where they're getting it from. So pregnant mare urine is where they're giving you the hormone to keep you from acting hysterical because you've gotten your whole uterus taken out. So then now you have to do hormone replacement. So this is why it's very important to take preventative measures early so that you don't get the bad outcome by waiting.
Okay, so now 888. 619-437. Call and talk to the herbalist. Okay, get the answers. We ain't gonna keep y'all. We got a lot of more information in regard just to this subject. But again, you're talking about an hour conversation, but we don't cut it off right here. www.herbsoftheforest.com. Uh, reach out to us. We're here to help because we got the herbs. Okay. Thanks for listening. Until next time, we come on. When's our next show, Todd? We do a Wednesday, a
Wednesday.
Wellness Wednesday show at 5:30 p.m. That's Pacific Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, and then we do a Saturday. We got to get a better time for the Saturday show. Um, I think it's gonna be like 10:30 in the morning. I'm gonna try to. I'd rather do it earlier than later. That way,
Okay, that's fine.
people can have a chance to come on because on the East Coast, they're in bed right now. So we'll say 10:30 Saturdays and 5:30 Wednesday live
Okay.
with your. All right. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Peace out.
All right, Forrest, I got a call coming in.